So, you want to learn how to test your FusionAuth SAML configuration. You found the right place. Thanks for checking us out. Let's get into it. We're going to start off here with a couple definitions. SAML. SAML stands for Security Assertion Markup Language. In this case, version 2. It's like a digital passport. It lets your user log into one service and then access another service without having to log in again. IDP is short for Identity Provider. An IDP is a service that verifies your user's identity and communicates that identity in a secure way to any applications that depend on it. This is where the user logs in. FusionAuth is the IDP for this tutorial. SP is an acronym for Service Provider. Think of this as any application or service your user wants to access. The SP delegates identity ownership to the IDP. In this tutorial, IAM Showcase is the SP. When we talk about IAM Showcase, it's not IAM Showcase. It's more Identity and Access Management Showcase. As you can see here, it's a simple test service provider. Now for a little nerd stuff. FusionAuth supports SAML, both as a SAML Identity Provider and as a SAML Service Provider. Using FusionAuth for both makes this tutorial a little murky, so in this case, we're always going to have FusionAuth function as the identity provider. Okay, let's jump into the tutorial. So the first thing I'm going to need is an instance of FusionAuth up and running. I happen to have one here running on my local machine, so I'm going to go ahead and log in. Once I'm in, I'm going to create a new application. In this case, we'll give it the name of IAM Showcase Example. I'm going to go ahead and create the application. Now, before I get too much further along, I'm going to need some information from the IAM Showcase website to supply to my IAM Showcase Example application in FusionAuth. So if I go over to the website, you'll see download metadata. This is the information that you'll need. Unfortunately, FusionAuth doesn't support importing the data, the metadata file, so you'll need to pull some information out of here. So if I come back over to FusionAuth, I'm going to edit my showcase example. I'm going to click on the SAML tab. I'm going to enable it. Now for the issuer, this is going to be the entity ID. In this case, IAM Showcase. The authorized redirect URL, in this case, you're going to find it in the assertion consumer service tag under location. So we're going to have to go ahead and paste this in there and add it. And now I can save my application. The next thing I'm going to need to do is add the user to the IAM Showcase example application. So I'm going to go back to FusionAuth, click on users, find my user Dinesh here. I'm going to go ahead and manage them. I'm going to add a registration for the IAM Showcase example. I'm going to go ahead and save that. So now you can see that Dinesh is registered for our sample application. Now that you've told FusionAuth, the IDP, about the IAM Showcase SP, you need to do the reverse. You have to tell IAM Showcase about FusionAuth. So for this, we're going to go back to our applications. We're going to click on View, and we're going to get some information. If I scroll all the way down to the SAML 2 configuration details, the SAML 2 integration details, I can find the metadata URL. I'm going to go ahead and copy this. And I'm going to open a new browser window and paste this information in there. So now I get some information from FusionAuth about this. So now I'm going to copy the metadata. So once I have this information, I'm going to go back to the IAM Showcase website, and I'm going to upload the metadata. Once I do that, I will get a URL. So I'm going to head and copy the clipboard, copy the URL to the clipboard, and now I'm going to open a new incognito window. So from here, I can now paste the URL, and you'll see I'm redirected to FusionAuth. So now if I log in as Dinesh, you'll see that I got redirected to the IAM Showcase example. And then I can get some information about Dinesh and the authentication details. So the flow for this authentication request should look like the following. A user is going to request access to a resource. In this case, IAM Showcase. IAM Showcase is going to say, hey, the user is not authorized, so I'm going to generate a SAML Auth in request. It's going to then send that back to the user. The user will be redirected with the auth in request to the FusionAuth IDP. FusionAuth will authenticate the user and respond with a SAML assertion. The browser will send that SAML assertion to the IAM Showcase, which will validate the assertion, and then in turn grant access to the resource. And that's the page you saw with the user information. So there you have it. We now know that the SAML configuration works.